So good day everyone. I'm Regional Emphasis of Group 6 and I'm here to report the mooring equipment's guidelines for the 4th edition mooring system design principles. So mooring a ship to a berth is a common function for the maritime industry. However, incidental harm, ship, terminal personnel still occur. This publication establishes recommended minimum requirements that will help the ship designers, terminal designers, ship operators, and mooring line manufacturers improve the design, so performance and safety mooring of systems. So the mooring equipment guidelines has been fully reviewed and updated for the 4th edition. So new chapter has and key changes include enhanced guidance for the purchasing condition, monitoring, and retirement of mooring lines and tails, enhanced guidance on documentation of mooring equipment, so new chapter on the human factors in mooring design, a new chapter on GT design and fittings, new chapter on ship-shore interface, new chapter on alternative technologies. So the ship design minimum braking load and nylon polyamide mooring line should be specified as brake tested with because nylon lines change strength characteristic once exposed to the water are generally do not fully dry to their original construction state. The ship design MBL is the core parameter against which all the other components of a ship mooring systems are sized and designed with the defined tolerances. So the line design brake force or LDBF as outlined in Appendix B when selecting lines, the LDBF or line design brake force of a line shall be 100 to 105% of the ship design MBL. So the LDA for nylon polyamide mooring line should be specified as brake tested with because nylon lines change strength characteristic once exposed to the water air and generally do not fully dry to their original construction state.
This is Kadit Narcico and I'm going to continue the discussion. New technology in the updated for the 4th edition of mooring equipment guidelines. WLL or working load limit. In the same way that SWL is a limit for fixed equipment, the WLL value is used as a limit with the standard environmental criteria and mooring layout when designing mooring systems and establishing mooring system designs. Still, wire ropes have a working load limit of 55% of the ship design in MBL, and all other cordage have a working load limit of 50% of the ship design MBL. It says that WL is the maximum weight of mooring systems is 55% for steel wire loops and 55% for other cordage. Line Management Plan or LMP. The LMP is specific to an operator, ship type, and trade route. However, MAG4 gives general guidance on establishing a LMP. Is used to manage the operation and retirement of the mooring lines and tails. The LMP also documents the requirements, assumptions, and evaluation methods used in determining the line requirements criteria. Yes. Mooring System Management Plan, MSMP. The MSMP will complement the ship's safety management system through a goal-based approach. Core elements on the mooring systems are identified against which high-level goals are established, supported by detailed functional requirements. A register of mooring system components is maintained for a ship's life in a accompanying mooring system management plan register. This is a management of ship and its requirements for the ship's safety or its goals for the system management plan register.
Since 1992, the Mooring Equipment Guidelines has been the industry's leading guidance document for the safe mooring of ships at terminals. Now, the mooring equipment guidelines have been updated to provide the latest information and best practice for the design of safe mooring with ship and terminals to aid in safer operations. MEG 4 is the latest edition of the guidelines, published in 2018 and relevant to the work of ship and terminal designers, ship and terminal builders, and support and operational staff. MEG 4 is the result of a detailed update of the guidelines. Our working groups included representatives of shipping trade organisations, mooring line manufacturers, equipment suppliers, and shipyards, as well as the oil company's International Marine Forum members. In 2015, a mooring line aboard the LNG carrier Zaga failed, causing serious injury to a deck officer. Reviewing this event and applying the learning has been an important element in updating the guidelines. And of course, in the last 10 years since MEG 3 was published, there have also been advances in terminal design, ship design, and a growing awareness of the human factors in mooring design and operations. MEG 4 now reflects these important developments. In MEG 4, you will find completely new sections on human factors, berth design and fittings, the ship-shore interface, and alternative mooring technology. Ship operators and mooring line manufacturers will find improved guidance on the selection of mooring lines and tails, purchasing and testing, condition monitoring, and retirement before failure. Overall, in MEG 4, you will see a more holistic approach with emphasis on the mooring system and the relationships between the system components. In addition, MEG 4 encourages the use of human-centered design when designing mooring arrangements for ships and terminals. Over the next few years, we expect to see MEG 4 adopted and used within the broader maritime industry. Our aim is for every aspect of mooring to be as safe as possible, protecting crews from risk and making mooring-related injuries a thing of the past. Thank you to everyone who's contributed to MEG 4. Your input is helping to make mooring as safe as it can be. It makes all the difference in the world. Please visit the MEG 4 website to stay up to date with clarifications received through technical queries, related links, and supporting information that reflects best practice in our industry.
Bridge procedures. Preparations for the arrival at port. Arrival at port is an important part of a ship voyage, and there are actions to be taken aiming to ensure the smooth sail and safe approach of the ships at port. Failure in carrying out the appropriate procedure might lead to unfavorable situations, but for vessel and port. The communication will be applied in this part, and it is also crucial for safe docking, and not only that but the other parts or rule of one's crew.
Getting ready for a ship arrival. Operators should understand that there are some important preparations to be done when a ship arrives at port. Such procedures are considered critical as there are a number of complexities involved require both engine and deck departments to be prepared in order to enable safety for ship and crew. Action prior arrival. Step 1. The crew should focus on key issues related to the safe entrance, berthing, and cargo operation of ship at the port, and subsequently complete the pilot guard. Step 2. The passage plan should be updated and approved by the master who should also be in constant communication with the chief officer and chief engineer in order to keep informed well in advance for the time of arrival. Step 3. A meeting attended by a senior officer and the officer is crucial in the order to discuss the clarification and necessary before arriving. Key point to be aware of. It is important to note that any action related to this kind of operation should check by the officer in charge with the use of a preparation of arrival checklist, which may contain all the items that the crew should concentrate on. This checklist should be placed in the bridge and be completed and designed prior arrival. Then, the result of the checking procedure should be mentioned in the deck logbook. Key points of safe arrival at port. Main engine of the ship should always be tested. The testing is generally done before the pilot board the ship. Additionally, a careful testing of all important machinery system is needed, such as steering gear, generator, important navigation equipment, thruster, mooring, winches before the maneuvering process starts. Also, anchor maintenance and clean before use should always take place prior arrival. A useful checklist aiming to provide the necessary step is required to achieve vessel proper preparation before entering the port, like the one provided by SQE Marine here below, containing the following section: passage plan, equipment checks before arrival and port and pilotage requirement.